What's going on, YouTube? It's Matt Faircloth. Welcome to the Mentorship Monday show. My name is Matt. My company is called the DeRosa Group, and we are a real estate education company and a thriving real estate growing company. You ought to see our 2021 goals because we're going to go from here to here in 2021. Just you guys wait. Everywhere on YouTube and on our acquisitions and on our education and ways that we have to help you guys get where you want to go in your real estate business. This is Mentorship Monday, guys. Mentorship Monday works like this. You guys email questions to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. That is helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. And I will either answer your questions right here on the air by reading off your question, or if you care to join us live on the show, you can join us live on the show. And if you join us live on the show, you get a 3-month membership to our Insiders program, which is worth about $3 million a month. Just kidding. It's worth a lot. It's worth a lot. And you guys can come here on the show with us. We'd love to have you guys as a guest. Just email us at helpme@DeRosaGroup.com and tell us whether or not you're willing to come on the air. And if you are, we'd love to have you on. And if you're not, we'll read off your question and answer it right here with my co-host, the one, the only Justin Fraser.
Hey. Happy New Year.
You're probably not the only Justin Fraser in the world. There are probably other Justin Frasers in the universe. Yes. Much lesser Justin Frasers. There's other Matt Faircloths in the world too. Hi, Allie.
You have to Google yourself every now and then to see where you are in the ranking. Right?
Yeah. I went to Virginia Tech for college. There's another Matt Faircloth that went to Virginia Tech.
Ooh. Tough competition.
Like around the same time. I know. It's like he's like my nemesis. The other Matt.
Did he write a book?
Yeah, the other Hokie Matt. He did not. I feel bad and because thanks to Bigger Pockets and thanks to that book, all the other Matt Faircloths out there probably have to deal with my dumbass all the time that they like Google. So anyways, like I just want to be on Google and this guy's all over the place.
They have a support group. They talk about you.
fmattfaircloth.com. Hi, Mario.
Oh, buying that right now. Hello.
You should. Yeah. Cool. Justin, when I mentioned the folks that come on the air live with us, they get a 3-month membership for free, capital F, to DeRosa Insiders. DeRosa Insiders is currently a whopping $24 a month, but put your seatbelt on, guys, because we're about to triple up the content on that, and we're also going to be increasing the price. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We are going to increase the price, and we're also going to absolutely quadruple or 10x or whatever it is. The content on DeRosa Insiders. So you guys should definitely get out there and check it out now. But Justin, tell us a little bit more about what folks can get from Insiders and why folks may want to either email us at helpme@DeRosaGroup.com and join us on the show, or just go to DeRosaGroup.com/insiders and join us there.
Yeah, look, Insiders is what every new investor, multifamily investor wishes, what I wish I had. It's a private community of investors, our team. We document what we're doing, but we also have over 150 other investors talking about what they are doing. And so if you want to get in on a conversation about the best types of flooring to have, or you have a question about a deal you're working on, or just to see what other people are doing and how they're partnering up on deals, that's all happening on DeRosa Insiders. We do exclusive office hours. So Matt was on this morning doing office hours with the Insiders. If you want to get on a show like this, but behind closed doors with Matt or myself or the rest of our team, we set aside time so you can get your questions answered. So Matt started off 2021 with a bang here with an excellent show this morning. And you could have been there. So if you were an insider, you could have been there. You could have asked some questions of Matt.
That was fun, man. We talked about goals. We talked about mindset. My man Hone Tai came in and we started talking about how do you love yourself? Like how do you accept who you are and everything like that. We went there. And then Rodney came in and started asking questions about occupying properties through BRRRR strategy and everything like that. It was chocked full of information, man. I was sorry I had to cut it short, but it was a phenomenal show. And we do it every week on Monday at 11 a.m. And when is your show?
Mine's Thursday at 11 a.m.
There's 11 a.m. And then we got Hervé Thursday, Market Hunter Thursday with Hervé show. Yep. They're live on Insiders too. So you guys all got to check that out. So Justin, we're going to read off a question today, which is okay.
By the way, before we move on, if you are interested in joining Insiders, very easy, DeRosaGroup.com/insiders, or just text that number right up there. Text DeRosa to 66866. You'll get a automatic text message from me that tells you how to get in there, gives you a link, and we'd love to have you in.
Do it to it, man. All right, here.
Get on in there. There you go.
Free stuff. 66866.
We have a lot of free stuff that we give out, and all of our insiders are. It's a really great community, man. I love all the conversations.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for it. Yeah, there's a lot of action on insiders the last couple of days.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
listen, here's the question. Listen, if you have a question, we want to answer Adrian, one of our insiders. Adrian, always there, always supporting us. We appreciate you, Adrian. Listen, if you have a question that you want Matt or myself or both of us to answer, email helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. We want you on the show so you can get 3 free months of insiders. We are ramping it up. I love that. 3 free months. So listen, today's question, you ready for it?
I'm ready.
All right. Today's question comes from
man. Here we go.
What? This is a great one. I love this one because we're starting off the year. It's a really great question. Listen, Dave is in Toronto, and Dave is currently in university, and he knows already that he wants to be a real estate investor and or developer. So he's talking about building a multi-billion-dollar company.
Oh, here we go. There we go. Dave. All right. Dave dropped out the B word. All right.
He's got the end goal in mind, so I love it. But Dave is a little lost as far as how to bridge the gap from where he is, which is a student in university, to building a multi-billion-dollar real estate development company. Now, I don't expect we all have the exact blueprint for him, but there are a few key things that he said in his question that I think we can work with.
Are we reading this question to recommend what classes Dave should take?
No, I don't think so, because from his question, it sounds like he's almost out of school. Sounds like he's about to graduate. He's doing some internships with other investors, but he says, he's looking for support because he has not contacted many investors, so he doesn't know what they might be looking for in terms of a return if he were to borrow money from them. But it really comes down to credibility. He's talking about just having no track record, no experience. How can he raise private capital with no experience and just being someone that's just in school, or maybe will have just exited school pretty recently?
I got you. Okay. All right, Dave. Few things, my friend Dave. Hopefully you're watching here, and we'll make sure to get you a copy of this video. Dave, you're likely, I don't know, 21, 22 years old, right? You got to remember here that you're likely not going to be the Zuckerberg of real estate, and that's okay. And we love you, and don't hate me because I'm saying that, right? You may not hit billionaire status at 25, okay, in real estate, or at 35, and maybe you might get there at 45, okay? But yeah, at your age and anyone's age and getting started in real estate, I do not believe that it benefits anyone to go and take the amount of risk or getting into something they don't understand completely to go and try and take down. Let's go and I just graduated college. Let me go and try and buy a $50 million apartment building, right? So I think that Dave, and I tell this to a lot of people, you have two choices. You can either start small and run the whole thing yourself and be the captain of your own, be the master of your own ship, okay? And start small and start Dave Incorporated, and start and like go and buy a single family home and beg, borrow, cheat, and steal to get it, and maybe borrow money off a credit card or whatever it is. Just start super uber duper small, okay? Buy a single family home, duplex, whatever, borrow money off a relative. My first deal, we borrowed $30,000 off my father-in-law, right? And so that was our first deal. So maybe find someone who can loan you that kind of money to get started in your first real estate project. Then scale up, start small, and but get a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. And you learn the game as you go, Dave. You'll learn, hey, this contractor stole from me. Let me not do that again. This worked this. Let me develop some more systems and processes in my business, and slowly scale it out and build it to the point where, maybe by the time you're 28, you're like, hey, I got a couple hundred units now. Look at this. And maybe you transition to multifamily or whatever, you grow into the larger pieces of real estate. Dave, if you view yourself to be a visionary, and if you see a change, a lot of real estate is going to be changing a ton, which is why if you were here with us, we could vet out some areas of focus of real estate. But let's assume you're going to do what me and Justin do, which is primarily residential housing, right? If you're going to do that, you follow that advice. If you are, so that's option number one, start small and scale up quickly. Double your portfolio every time you do a deal. I tell that to a lot of people. Option two is to see a hole or a shift again, being a Canadian, you probably understand the hockey analogy of see where the puck is going, right? A lot of people look at real estate and say, okay, they're not going to be building any more shopping malls, are they, Justin? And shopping malls are becoming abandoned, defunct things. And they're tearing a lot of them down. So what if somebody could come in and tear apart shopping centers and put them back together and turn them into something usable and functional? What if somebody could do the same thing for office buildings? Don't you think COVID may change the way office buildings get used? Probably so. So if you want to be a visionary on the breaking edge of real estate, and on real estate, as how real estate's changing a lot in the next 10 years. I don't think it's going to change in mine and Justin's world on workforce multifamily housing. I don't think that world's going to change, but the office building world's going to change. Retail is going to change. Flex industrial space is going to change. And if you want to predict those things, then yeah, run with that. But I would strongly suggest you join someone else's team, to be a part of someone else's ship for a while, to learn the ropes of that space, and then eventually branch off and create your own thing. That's my advice for our friend Dave. Justin, what do you got?
I think the last sentence you said, joining someone else's ship, as you said, applies to either option. Yes. Because if you want to start and build your own flipping business or rental business, learn from someone who's doing it. Add value in a way that find the person that's flipping 100 houses a year in Toronto. I'm sure there's someone, and help them. Find the person that's got 100-unit portfolio and help them. See what you can do. What skills do you have? What ability do you have? If it's not education, great. That's fine. Experience, that's fine. You will get that by adding some kind of value. Probably, if you're in university, you have some time on your hands. You have the ability to drive for dollars. If it's a house flipper, you have the ability to connect with wholesalers, other investors, whatever it is that you can do to add value to their business, then they'll sort of take you under their wing. There's a way that you can be of value and of service to them, and you'll get something in return, which is equity or fees or just knowledge and experience. And that's okay too. So instead of asking, one piece of question I get from a lot of people is, let me know if I can help you. And Dave, I don't want you to ask anyone that question. Let me know if I can help you. That is a terrible question to ask, because I don't know. Let's say you're approaching someone that's flipping 100 houses a year, and you say, hey, let me know if I can help you. Well, what does this person know about you? They don't know anything about you or what you can bring to the team, but do a little homework on that person. Do a little research into what they might need. What does someone who's flipping 100 houses a year need? Yeah. And see how you can help them. Maybe they need someone to drive their projects and take pictures of their construction and process.
I recommended that to people. Be somebody's boots.
Absolutely. There's ways that you can add value, but don't put the burden on them to tell you what they might need. Be aggressive and be upfront and say, look, hey, so, we talked, you told me about that house over there. I went and drove and took some pictures for you. How else can I help? Just add more, and you'll start to build a relationship and figure out how you can best help them in their company. Because someone that's smart enough to be doing that is going to recognize the hustle you're putting in and will be happy to have you help them out.
I totally agree. And the biggest thing, Dave, is pick which direction you want to go with and stick to it for at least 5 years. I want to go residential housing, stick with it. You want to go commercial, stick with it. You want to go game changing where the puck is going in industrial flex space, go there. Right. And talk to people, network, immerse yourself in that space of real estate. Don't be afraid to pick the wrong direction at 22 years old. Because you've got the blessing of your age, which allows you to pivot a bit, but don't make the mistake that I did when I first got started at 30. I got started at 30 years old, of trying to go in 7 different directions when you first get started. Pick one. And that's what I should have done, because I wasted about 3 years of my career trying to go in 6 different real estate directions. And it wasn't until I chose residential housing as my direction that things started to work. Right. So don't do that. Pick a direction and stick with it. So,
So Matt, just to dig a little further, the second part of his question is he's assuming that he can find a deal. Let's say he can find a good deal, but he has no experience doing a deal yet. How does he convince someone that, if he wants to raise money, that he is worthy of investing in, or that someone would be comfortable investing their money with him?
Well, as I talk about raising private, I always point the wrong way. Raising private capital talks about getting people to invest with you that like and trust you because you're you, not because of your awesome real estate investing experience. So I would say start with people that like and trust you. So for most people, that's friends and family, and so I would strongly recommend you start there. and then scale it out once you've gotten a track record. So go with someone that you know, and use the methods that are in real estate, that are in raising private capital, to identify people, because raising private capital talks in depth about identifying people that are in different lanes of in different spaces of capital raising. And so read the book, and the book will talk about identifying people that you might like, that might have a really big 401k or IRA that could get rolled into real estate. So I would just, I hate to say it, read my book, and my book will tell you all about getting started with friends and family, and how to get that first deal done, even at 22 years old, doesn't matter.
Yeah. For me, David, let's say I am your uncle. Let's say I'm your rich uncle. And I like you, you're great, and you're in university, you're bright, but how do I trust that you're not going to take my money, buy a house, put way too much into it, and we never get any money out of it? You have to do, what can you do to ease those concerns that your uncle might have, right? Rich Uncle Justin has some concerns about whether you can do this or not. But if it's your first deal, that's one thing. But if it's your first deal, but you've been interning and helping the guy that flips 100 houses for the last 2 years, well, I'm pretty sure you picked up something, and you can feel much more confident talking about every step of the deal because you've been around it. Even if it wasn't your money at risk and it wasn't your butt on the line, you have been part of it and part of that process. So you're going to be able to speak much more confidently and comfortable about the entire process. And I'm going to have more confidence putting some money with you.
Absolutely. So there you go, Dave. There it is. And there you go for anybody else that's younger, getting going. This doesn't speak to anybody that's on the younger side of real estate, Justin. This also speaks to anyone that's getting going, that wants to build a big business. There are people that are getting going in real estate that do not want to build a big business. They want to just maybe buy 1 or 2 rentals, maybe buy 1 a year or something like that, make some additional passive income, diversify away from Wall Street, and just diversify their wealth, right? There are people that are just looking for an alternative way to live, an alternative way to entrepreneur for themselves. There are people that are looking to become a billionaire with a B, like Dave here, right? And if you are looking to do any one of those things, there is a path. And do what Dave's looking to do. You got to stay focused. You can't dabble. You got to grow. You got to, stay in your lane and get to know everybody and expand out, but also be willing to pivot if what you try doesn't work for a couple of years. Be willing to try something else, but don't get distracted. And it speaks to everybody. Speaks to anybody getting started, I think, today.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I got nothing to add, Matt. That was great.
For once, Dave. Justin is silent. Yeah. Speechless. So listen, guys, thank you so much for watching this program. This is, again, been Mentorship Monday. You guys can here's a few actions for you. Smash that subscribe button if you guys like what we do here on YouTube. Go to DeRosaGroup.com/insiders. Check out our insiders program, and email a question to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. That is helpme@DeRosaGroup.com, and we'll answer your question right here, either live with you on the show with us, or Justin and I will read your question, and we'll answer it for you. So either way is great. Don't forget, if you come on the show live, we will give you 3 months worth of insiders for free. Just shoot that email to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. That is helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. Mario wants to know how our apartment complex in North Carolina is doing. Which one, my friend? Yeah.
Thumbs up all around. How about that?
Thumbs up's great. Go on Insiders. We'll give you more deal updates. There's a ton coming down the pipeline there too. Guys, that's what we got. Justin, you ready?
Ready.
Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great and profitable week. Good start out to the new year. Well done.
We did it. Party.